Hey everybody, welcome to this video guide for Assassin's Creed Liberation HD Remastered on the Xbox Series X. Today we are completing Sequence 3, Memory 6, and getting 100% synchronization on it. And to do so, you need to make sure that you don't increase your notoriety, you keep the carriage health above 50%, and you need to make sure that you kill all the targets within 1 minute. So I would like to mention that all of these optional objectives can be completed separately, so you can complete the mission once, completing one objective, and then you can come back for the rest and complete them all separately. They do not all need to be within one run, so if that does help you out, that is a good way to approach this memory. Alright, anyways, with all that being said, I would like to mention that you can take advantage of the timecodes in the play bar and in the description to jump around this video to whatever point you may need, whether that be a cutscene, 100% synchronization objective, or anything else like that. Those are there for you to use. Alright, anyways, let's get started with this memory.
Aveline, you are unhappy? What did you find?
Too much and not enough. The Spanish are behind the kidnappings, but the kidnapped seem to look forward to their transit, to where I don't know. No one at the fort could tell me.
The directive must come straight from the top, from Gouverneur Uyua. Is this why he hides in La Balise instead of coming to the city and leading like a proper leader? What is his true purpose here?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
That will be difficult as long as he stays couched in La Balise.
I'll drive him out and make him answer.
Interrogation is not your usual style.
This is not a usual circumstance.
Good. Then let us gather our unusual circumstances to plan our attack. This Spanish governor has placed so many restrictions on trade, even plantation owners are practically begging for an excuse to riot.
If I can infiltrate the crowd, I can create that excuse.
Alright, now to start off this memory, we are starting up with the first 100% synchronization objective. You do not want to increase your notoriety at all. This is very easy. Honestly, it's not going to be too difficult. Gerald is the only one doing, anything that would cause notoriety. He's pushing everybody. You are just going to be following along with him, making sure you don't push anybody, making sure you don't push guards specifically, make sure you avoid anybody like that. Just don't kill anybody, don't attack anybody, don't bump into anybody. Just do your best to follow Gerald without issue, and you are going to complete this no problem. That is the first of 3 100% synchronization requirements completed. So once you made it to this section here, essentially make it to the marker where the civilian is, speak to him, and that is going to be the optional objective completed. And now we're going to get started on inciting a riot. So interact with all of the enemies with stars above their head. Just go ahead and interact with them with B, or I suppose that's square? Is that square on PlayStation? I apologize. I never know the face buttons. But yeah, just interact with them with the interact button. And all you got to do is just, keep talking to them inside a riot. And then with, I think, those 3 enemies spoken to, now just go ahead and head to the location, interact with the group, and then that is the riot started. And now there will be a brief cutscene, and we are going to get started on the next section.
I've received a very, exciting piece of intelligence. A gunpowder delivery. It's on its way to a city outpost. Unless we, intercept it.
I'm not dressed for interception. Do I have time to change?
Yes. Assume you're true, guys. Get your weapons and we'll go.
We? You're coming too? You do realize it might get dangerous.
Yes, well, someone needs to navigate.
Dressed like that? Gerard,
Aveline, I'll have you know I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Why should you have all the excitement?
I didn't know you wanted.
I know what you think. Bloody sensible, bloody boring. I'm more than just an accountant, Aveline.
Very well. You're a navigator too. A regular Magellan.
Alright, now it is time to head over to Gerald's location. If you're like me and you have the slave persona equipped, you are going to need to switch into the assassin persona. The game requires you to, so go ahead and switch over to that right now. If you already have it assigned, go ahead and head over to Gerald's location. And once you do arrive at his location, we are going to get into the section with the carriage. This is where the carriage is, and before we are able to ride it, we need to eliminate all of the guards in the area that are guarding the carriage, and we need to do so undetected. So poison darts will definitely be your friend in this section. So right off the bat, I am using the poison dart on the first guard right over here. Then I'm making my way over to the opposite roof where we're going to get the next guard that is right here in front of us. We are just going to use our hidden blades very quickly, run up on them, and then we are going to take out this next guard with another poison dart. This is a regular poison dart. It is not a berserk poison dart, so I'd recommend you use the fast poison rather than berserk, as it could cause some issues rather than solutions, you know what I mean? And then we are going to use our poison dart on one of the enemies below and then assassinate the other, and that is all 5 enemies killed. And then once you have taken all of the enemies out, there's going to be a quick cutscene, and then we are going to get started on the carriage section, where we need to be concerned about the carriage's health. So this is when the 100% synchronization requirement does begin, and it does take effect. So make sure you are careful with the obstacles that you come across, because you want to make sure you do not drop your health too low. Alright, so starting off, we are going to be turning over to the right, and when it comes to the barricades that you are going to see in front of you, you want to make sure you just do your best to avoid them. I know it can be a bit difficult, especially these turns. If the turns are too tight, you're going to damage the carriage, but you can see right there, I avoided that barricade, that obstacle right over there, and I still hit this one just slightly. I don't think I actually did, maybe I didn't, so I didn't lose any health, but really the things that are going to damage you the most are these barricades that are going to be in your way. They're fairly easy to dodge, but when it comes to a tight turn like this one, oh yeah, no way I'm dodging that, that's for sure. So as long as you are just avoiding, you know, at least 4 out of 5 of the barricades that are in front of you, you should not lose too much carriage health. You can see right here, I'm probably around 60% carriage health, and I only got hit twice, once by a barricade and one time I hit the wall. So as long as you're, you know, making sure you don't get hit too many times, you should be pretty good. Alright, now that we have completed our second optional objective, it is time to work on our final one, which is to make sure that we kill all of the targets within 1 minute. So when it comes to this section, honestly, not too difficult at all, especially if you are familiar with combat. Make sure you take advantage of counter kills, make sure you take advantage of using your firearm. You really shouldn't have too much issue here. The only problem I could see is if you spend too long down at the bottom because of maybe this white coat enemy that is going to come down the stairs shortly. If you spend too long down here, you're going to waste time, and then you have to run all the way to the top floor to take out the final enemy. So that's really the only issue I could see. If you are taking too long down here, you could screw yourself and you could take longer than 1 minute. But if you are taking them out as quick as possible, using all of these skills to the best of your ability, then you're going to complete this within 1 minute, no problem. Honestly, should not be too difficult at all.
Well, I think we got their attention. A terrible waste of wine, mind you.
Spanish wine makes better floor polish anyway. Now, to get Ulloa out of La Balise.
I suggest we regroup at the warehouse to strategize.
Enough excitement for one day, Gerald?
Yes, I think that should last me nicely. Thank you.
Alright, and that is the end of this memory. A fairly long one with 3 mission constraints, but not too difficult at all, especially considering you can complete this in separate instances. You can complete one optional objective, then restart the mission and do another one, so it isn't too bad at all. So I do hope that I was able to help you out with this video. If I was, please do consider dropping a like, and of course, if you did enjoy the content, please do consider sticking around and subscribing, because we're going to be continuing on with this game, putting out more guides for it, and we are going to be doing the exact same thing with many more games to come. So definitely stick around and subscribe for that. Alright, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day. I will see you in the next one.